भारत के पास तो गर्व करने के लिए अथाह भंडार है, समृद्ध इतिहास है, चेतनामय सांस्कृतिक विरासत है। इसलिए आजादी के 75 साल का ये अवसर एक अमृत की तरह वर्तमान पीढ़ी को प्राप्त होगा कि आजादी के 75 साल का अवसर कितना ऐतिहासिक है, कितना गौरवशाली है। इस पर्व में शाश्वत भारत की परंपरा भी है, स्वाधीनता संग्राम की परछाई भी है और आजाद भारत के गौरवान्वित करने वाली प्रगति भी है। आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव यानी आजादी की ऊर्जा का अमृत, आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव यानी स्वाधीनता सेनानियों से प्रेरणाओं का अमृत, आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव यानी नए विचारों का अमृत, नए संकल्पों का अमृत, आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव यानी आत्मनिर्भरता का अमृत। और इसलिए ये महोत्सव राष्ट्र के जागरण का महोत्सव है। ये महोत्सव सुराज्य के सपने को पूरा करने का महोत्सव है। ये महोत्सव वैश्विक शांति का, विकास का महोत्सव है। फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल आइडियाज at 75, achievements at 75, actions at 75 और resolve at 75।
Welcome to the 75th Independence Day celebrations of India in Hungary. हमारे सभी भारतीय मित्रों का और भारत के मित्रों का स्वागत है. If you had been watching this video, you would know that this year we have a special theme, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, for our Independence Day celebrations to commemorate 75 years of progressive India and the glorious history of its people, culture, and achievements. India's shared history and cultural heritage is highlighted in Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which the celebrations actually began in March 2021 for 75 weeks leading up to August 15th, that is today, and will continue until 2023 August. As you all know, our dharma is Manav Dharma. So, इस साल के programs भी कुछ ऐसे ही है, सभी को लेके आगे बढ़ने का, unity in diversity का theme. So, over the years, numerous styles of art, architecture, painting, music, dance, festivals, and customs have developed in India. And this wide variety has made the Indian culture unparalleled, to which the entire world still looks up to. The cultural heritage of India still flourishes, maintaining its original features together, along with the changes that we've been experiencing too. And this is a key indicator of its strength. This year's celebrations focus on the various achievements in the numerous fields, helping us remember what a great nation we are. और आज के कार्यक्रम की रूपरेखा कुछ इस तरह ही है. The program will start with flag hoisting, immediately followed by the rendition of the national anthem by our students here of the Hindi class at ASSE, and this will be followed by the President's speech and the Honorable Ambassador's address to the Indians in Hungary. In keeping with the theme of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, today's cultural program, as I mentioned before, will reflect this unity in diversity by focusing on the weaves and dances of India. The program itself has been called as the Rhythms of India, which I'm sure you're all going to enjoy. Thereafter, refreshments will be served to the right side of the podium, in the upper left, my left, and your right, in the upper garden. More information about that will be given later. Let's see if the ambassador is ready. In the meantime, I have a question for everyone here. I don't know if any of you know the answer to it. Ready for a quiz? How many versions are there of the Indian anthem? Do you know? There are actually 2 versions. I learned this, I found it out now, before this program actually, because there is one, the longer version that we are all used to, which lasts about 52 seconds, and the shorter version, which apparently lasts only about 20 seconds. And it contains the first and the last 2 lines of the full version only. So that was just a little tidbit that I found interesting. And I was, good information for you? 2 more minutes. So, I mean, for now, until we wait, I have to just say that we are happy that we are able to get together here like that, like this, as a group, actually, despite not being able to celebrate anything so far in these 1.5 years, I should say. So in that sense, we are actually really fortunate to be here and to celebrate our Independence Day. And it is also great to see that so many people have assembled despite this early hour on a Sunday morning. So I'm sure that the program that follows will also be equally entertaining for you all, because it has been put together with so much care and thought. Several parts of India have been represented, as you will see coming from your left. Our artists are just coming up now. And then dances as well. And I will be adding several tidbits about the dances, about the states that they come from, about the dancers themselves, of course, because most of them are accomplished dancers who are Hungarians and have spent time learning our dance and our culture, having lived in India for a long time. And then we have a very special ramp walk featuring the weaves of India, depicting many different heavy weaves and also lighter versions of the same weaves. So, and again, you will see artists from several different walks of life, some who are office-going people, some students, some teachers, so many different people. And I hope you will enjoy the program today.
Shortly, we are going to begin the flag hoisting. I would request all the officers of the embassy and their spouses to please come up on the stage for the flag hoisting. As you all know that this is the 75th Independence Day of India, and we are extremely happy to see such a beautiful crowd of all the Indians in Hungary and the friends of India who have joined us. I would like to welcome all of you to this beautiful location, India House, one of the most historic, of course, buildings in amongst all the, I would say, embassies of Budapest. Please enjoy this beautiful weather. And in just a short while, we will start the flag hoisting of our national flag. And after that, we will have our beautiful cultural program specially curated for all of you, which, as Dhanya has already said, it is an amalgamation of different regions of India. And I'm sure all the Indians here would know that how that element can be represented through dances, clothes, food, and so many other things. Today we bring you a short glimpse of that, where you will see how the entire India is represented through beautiful folk and classical dances, where I must tell you that we have Indians as well as Hungarian dancers with very beautiful weaves and textiles of India. So now I would request all the officers to please come here, and your families before His Excellency arrives. I would also like to thank all of you for the rendition of the national anthem for the Rashtragan.in. I must tell you that Hungary is featuring at a very, very top level in terms of collection of national anthems. And I would request all those people who have not yet done, please do it so soon after our program. And we would also take short videos today of you people who have come here, of your national anthem singing, as well as any messages that you want to give for the Amrit Mahotsav. So now I think we are ready for His Excellency Ambassador of India, Shri Kumar Tuhinji, to do the unfurling of the national flag. All of you please stand by for that.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai!
Now I would like to invite the Ambassador, His Excellency Sri Kumar Tuhin, to read the President's message on the occasion of the Independence Day, and he will then address us, the Indians in Hungary. Please, sir.
Dear fellow citizens and friends of India, I convey my sincere greetings to all of you on the 75th Independence Day of our nation. Many of you would have watched the Independence Day function held in India earlier today and also listened to the speech of our Prime Minister. He touched upon very important issues. I will just mention a few of the main points which were mentioned in his speech. He spoke about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, and Sabka Prayas. He mentioned that in the coming days, all the citizens of India, all of us, we will need to be working together for the common purpose, common vision. He spoke about a PM Gati Shakti plan, a 100 lakh crore national infrastructure master plan that will be launched to make a foundation for holistic infrastructure in India. He spoke about 75 Vande Bharat trains that will be started and connected every corner of India in 75 weeks of our Amrit Mahotsav. He spoke about movement towards making India energy independent, towards electric mobility, to become a net zero carbon emitter by 2030, announcement of national hydrogen mission in view of the climate change, and to make India a hub of production and export of green hydrogen. He also mentioned about a decision which has been taken to observe August 14 as Partition Horrors Remembrance Day to honor the pain and sufferings faced by the people of India during partition. Now, as you all know, this is an important phase in the life of our nation as we celebrate 75 years of our independence. This is truly a historic occasion, and the government of India has announced a series of measures and activities that are being held throughout India and by Indian missions throughout the world to commemorate this occasion. This has been starting 75 weeks before the August 15, 2022, which will be next year, and the activities will also be held for 1 year thereafter. For the August 15 in Hungary, the embassy has also undertaken several activities and will be organizing many in the coming few days and weeks. We lighted the India House in the colors of our flag for the last few days, and you may have noticed it on the social media pages of our embassy. We have also started a lecture series in which Indian community members, they are speaking on several topics such as history, culture, economy, arts, etc. For 15 weeks, a virtual quiz is being held, and at the end of these 15 weeks, we will be also giving awards, Incredible India kits, to the 3 top winners. And the embassy organized a food distribution ceremony on August 12, where food was distributed to the homeless and needy people in Budapest. I'm very happy to note that many of you, the Indian community members, are participating in these activities with full enthusiasm. Next year, I am happy to mention to you that we will be organizing a full week of mega festivals, which will include a seminar, a cultural function, also exhibitions, sports events, and so on. So please stay tuned with the embassy to participate in all these events. Now, last time I spoke to you, it was in January 2021, which was at our Republic Day function. And on that occasion, keeping in view the pandemic restrictions that were in place at that point of time, we could not invite many of you to our event, and we had to organize this on an online mode. I'm truly delighted to welcome you all for our function today, which is really the first such large event that the embassy is organizing during the last 1.5 years. Our people are the biggest strength of our nation, and similarly, the Indian community in Hungary and the Friends of India, you are the biggest strength of the embassy here. This year was a particularly tough year for us in India, and a large number of persons and friends and acquaintances got affected by the COVID-19 during the second wave. Maybe many of you, your relatives, friends also got affected. We stand with all of you, and all such fellow citizens, our feelings and sentiments are with you. While the situation in Hungary appears to be much better at the moment, we need to be careful and continue to take all precautions. I am also happy to inform you that India-Hungary relations continue to be very close, and our cooperation in various sectors is going on very strongly. Even during the pandemic times, our trade and investment has been only very marginally affected. New Indian companies are continuing to make investments here. Our cooperation in culture, education, and various other sectors is also going on. And it will be further upscaled when the pandemic induced restrictions are eased. There are other things too also in the pipeline. Our passport, visa, and consular services have resumed, and we are in discussion with the government of Hungary to further ease the travel between India and Hungary. I would now read the address of our president, which was delivered yesterday evening on the eve of Independence Day to the nation. The address was delivered both in Hindi and in English. I will read partly in Hindi and partly in English. मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, नमस्कार। देश विदेश में रहने वाले सभी भारतीयों को स्वाधीनता दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। यह दिन हम सभी के लिए अत्यंत हर्ष और उल्लास का दिन है। इस वर्ष के स्वाधीनता दिवस का विशेष महत्व है क्योंकि इसी वर्ष से हम सब अपनी आज़ादी की 75वीं वर्षगांठ के उपलक्ष्य में आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं। इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर पर आप सभी को बहुत बहुत बधाई। स्वाधीनता दिवस हमारे लिए पराधीनता से मुक्ति का त्यौहार है। कई पीढ़ियों के ज्ञात और अज्ञात स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों के संघर्ष से हमारी आज़ादी का सपना साकार हुआ था। उन सभी ने त्याग व बलिदान के अनूठे उदाहरण प्रस्तुत किए। उनके शौर्य और पराक्रम के बल पर ही आज हम और आप आज़ादी की सांस ले रहे हैं। मैं उन सभी अमर सेनानियों की पावन स्मृति को श्रद्धापूर्वक नमन करता हूँ। Dear fellow citizens, in the recently concluded Tokyo Olympics, our sports persons have brought laurels to the nation with their stellar performances. India has won the highest number of medals in the 121 years of its participation in the Olympics. Our daughters have achieved world-class excellence in playgrounds, overcoming many adversities. Along with sports, epoch-making changes are taking place in the participation and success of women in all walks of life. From higher educational institutions to armed forces, from laboratories to playgrounds, our daughters are making their mark. In this success of our daughters, I see a glimpse of a developed India of the future. I urge every parent to learn from the families of such promising daughters and provide opportunities to their daughters also to explore avenues of growth. Like last year, this year too the scale of Independence Day celebration may have been reduced due to pandemic, yet our hearts remain always filled with enthusiasm. The intensity of the pandemic has come down, but the coronavirus has not yet gone away. We are yet to come out of the devastating effects of its recurrence this year. Last year, with exceptional efforts from all, we had succeeded in bringing the spread of infections under control. Our scientists had succeeded in developing vaccines in a very short time. Therefore, at the beginning of this year, there was every reason to be hopeful as we launched the largest vaccination exercise in history. Yet, due to the new variants and other unexpected factors, we suffered from a terrible second wave. I am deeply sad that many lives could not be saved and many more suffered immensely in this phase of an unprecedented crisis. I speak for the whole nation when I say that I share the grief of all the affected families with the same intensity. The second wave brought our public healthcare infrastructure under stress. The reality is that no infrastructure, even of advanced economies, could withstand a crisis of such enormous proportions. Efforts were made on war footing to plug the gaps. The leadership rose to the challenge, and the government's endeavor was supplemented by initiatives of the states, private sector healthcare facilities, the civil society, and others. In this extraordinary mission, foreign nations shared the essentials generously, just as India had reached out to many nations with medicine, equipment, and vaccines. I am grateful to the global fraternity that came forward with a helping hand. Due to these efforts, the nation breathes a sigh of relief with the return of a semblance of normalcy. If we have learned our lessons well, We know that this is a time of extra care and caution. We shall not let our guard down. Vaccines are the best possible protection science offers to us. Under the world's biggest vaccination campaign going on in our country, more than 50 crore fellow citizens have been vaccinated so far. I urge all eligible citizens who are yet to get vaccinated to do so at the earliest and also inspire others. A new dawn is rising in Jammu and Kashmir. The government has initiated the process of consultation with all stakeholders who have faith in democracy and the rule of law. I urge the people, especially the youth of Jammu and Kashmir, to utilize this opportunity and work on realizing their aspirations through democratic institutions. With all-round progress, India's stature is rising in the international arena, as it was reflected in our participation in several key multilateral forums, as well as in consolidating bilateral relationships with several countries. We have adopted the system of parliamentary democracy. Therefore, our parliament is the temple of our democracy, which provides us highest forum where we discuss, debate, and decide issues for the well-being of our people. It is a matter of great pride for all Indians that our parliament will soon be housed in a new building. It will be a fitting statement of our outlook. It will honor our legacy while also walking in step with the contemporary world. It is more than symbolic that the new building will be inaugurated in the year of the 75th anniversary of independence. सरकार ने इस विशेष वर्ष को स्मरणीय बनाने के लिए कई योजनाओं का शुभारंभ किया है। गगनयान मिशन उन अभियानों में विशेष महत्व रखता है। इस मिशन के तहत भारतीय वायुसेना के कुछ पायलट विदेश में प्रशिक्षण प्राप्त कर रहे हैं। जब वे अंतरिक्ष में उड़ान भरेंगे तो भारत मानव युक्त अंतरिक्ष मिशन को अंजाम देने वाला दुनिया का चौथा देश बन जाएगा। इस प्रकार हमारी आकांक्षाओं की उड़ान किसी प्रकार की सीमा में बंधने वाली नहीं है। विरासत में मिली हमारी पूर्वजों की जीवन दृष्टि इस सदी में न केवल हमारे लिए बल्कि पूरे विश्व के लिए सहायक सिद्ध होगी। आधुनिक औद्योगिक सभ्यता ने मानव जाति के सम्मुख गंभीर चुनौतियां खड़ी कर दी हैं। समुद्रों का जल स्तर बढ़ रहा है, ग्लेशियर पिघल रहे हैं और पृथ्वी के तापमान में वृद्धि हो रही है। इस प्रकार जलवायु परिवर्तन की समस्या हमारे जीवन को प्रभावित कर रही है। हमारे लिए गर्व की बात है कि भारत ने न केवल पेरिस जलवायु समझौते का पालन किया है, बल्कि जलवायु की रक्षा के लिए तय की गई प्रतिबद्धता से भी अधिक योगदान कर रहा है। फिर भी मानवता को विश्व स्तर पर अपने तौर तरीके बदलने की सख्त ज़रूरत है। इसलिए भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा की ओर दुनिया का रुझान बढ़ता जा रहा है। ऐसी ज्ञान परंपरा जो वेदों और उपनिषदों के रचनाकारों द्वारा निर्मित की गई, रामायण और महाभारत में वर्णित की गई, भगवान महावीर, भगवान बुद्ध तथा गुरु नानक द्वारा प्रसारित की गई और महात्मा गांधी जैसे लोगों के जीवन में परिलक्षित हुई। Recently, on the occasion of Kargil Vijay Divas, I wanted to visit the Kargil War Memorial Dras in Ladakh to pay homage to our brave soldiers. But due to bad weather, it was not possible for me to reach that monument. On that day, I paid homage to our brave soldiers at the Dagger War Memorial in Baramulla. That memorial has been built in the memory of all the soldiers who have made the supreme sacrifice in their line of duty. While appreciating the valor and sacrifice of those brave warriors, I noticed that the war memorial has a motto inscribed, Mera har kaam, Desh ke naam, which means each and every deed of mine is for the nation. All of us should imbibe this motto as a mantra and work with full devotion and dedication for the development of the nation. I would like that all of us come together to take India forward on the path of progress with the spirit of keeping the interest of the nation and society foremost. I extend my greetings especially to the members of the armed forces who have guarded our freedom valiantly and gladly making supreme sacrifice when necessary. I also extend my greetings to the members of the Indian diaspora who have represented the motherland well wherever they have made home. मैं एक बार फिर आप सभी को भारत के 75वें स्वतंत्रता दिवस की पूर्व संध्या पर बधाई देता हूं। यह वर्षगांठ मनाते हुए मेरा हृदय सहज ही आज़ादी के शताब्दी वर्ष 2047 के सशक्त, समृद्ध और शांतिपूर्ण भारत की परिकल्पना से भरा हुआ है। मैं यह मंगल कामना करता हूं कि हमारे सभी देशवासी कोविड महामारी के प्रकोप से मुक्त हों तथा सुख और समृद्धि के मार्ग पर आगे बढ़ें। एक बार पुनः आप सभी को मेरी शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Thank you so much, sir. Now, if I may request our national anthem singers to go back to your parents and join them. Please give them a round of applause because they've been studying Hindi very hard with Sri Vikas Lagade. And they have been doing a fantastic job, actually, as is their sir. Thank you. Now, if I may request the embassy staff also to go to the left side of the podium so that we can start our next program. Now, before starting that, if I may request, for those who are standing, for those who are not here, if you cannot see the stage, you may want to move closer because the program is going to be really fantastic. So you might not be able to see from under there. I know there is shade over there, but you might not be able to see from there. So you might want to move closer where you can see. और अब बारी है हमारे रंगारंग कार्यक्रम की, जिसमें आपको भारत के संगीत और वेशभूषा की झलक मिलेगी. India's fabric has been woven by diverse linguistic, cultural, and religious threads held together into a composite national identity. Just like the flowers in a garden or different rivers merging into the ocean, yet the fragrance is the same. कोस कोस पर बदले पानी, चार कोस पर बाणी, पर एक है जो नहीं बदलता, वो है हिंदुस्तानी. To celebrate this colorful fabric of India, woven by diverse threads, here our artists will present a specially curated musical ensemble of auditory and visual treat, where rhythms of different parts of India will be presented beautifully by dancers from Hungary in classical and folk styles of India, with a unique amalgamation of models displaying elegant textiles and weaves of India, presenting to you the rhythms of India. As you're watching, please try and identify several different instruments as well, because the music is going to be really, really good and has been specially put together just for this event. Thank you. Over to you, performers. Please give them a round of applause, welcoming them onto the stage. I don't think they want to come on. It's not loud enough. Thank you. What a scintillating performance that was. The hours and hours of work that has gone into it, it is so evident. And I could see, like myself, I could see all of you as audience were also quite riveted, waiting with bated breath with what was coming next, which music, which state, which dance, and what will the performers be doing. One more round of applause, please, for taking us through this journey of the different instruments, dhol and dholki and sirangi and the various dances. And of course, our ramp walk participants as well, none of who are, by profession models, but they also did a fantastic job. So please allow me to introduce the models. Please, louder please, I can hear you, some of you. I could hear shout out from some of my Punjabi friends during Bhangra, and also louder applauses for your own state. And this is what brings us together as Indians. What you saw here, the music and the dance and the unity that we see here in front of us as well. So allow me to call upon the performers group by group. I would like to call now the Odissi performers, Ms. Viragre Katuri and Ms. Segedi Anita. Odissi is actually a dance drama primarily performed by women from the state of Odisha. And they have put a lot of practice. They have been studying this art for many, many years now and imbibed our culture as Hungarians, our energy. So another round of applause for them. And along with them from the eastern part of India, the Bengali folk dance by Sohini Chatterjee and Esha Batambyal. And the group coordination for this dance has been done by Ms. Tanvi Rupa. Tanvi? It's getting, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Now, for the classical dances from the southern part of India, Ms. Pani Shomi, Ms. Lilla Peri, Bharatanatyam, the Bharata, Bhava, Raga, and Tala combined together to perform this Bharatanatyam, which they have done to perfection here. One more round of applause, please. And now, for the Mohini in this group, who performed the Mohiniyattam, a depiction of the Mohini form of Vishnu and from the state of Kerala. Thank you. And now, this was performed by Ms. Neetu Mohan. And now, for the Tamil Punanga, performing the folk dances, of the folk dance of Tamil Nadu, Karunya Gauri Shankar, and Tejaswini Naresh Kumar Murli. Great job, girls. And I should say the youngest performers here today. Thank you. Next, for the Lavani from Maharashtra, the three ladies, Ms. Preeti Narvade, Mritula Bapar, and Shilpa Patil, dancing to the sounds of the dholki. And this is also a highly energetic dance performed in special occasions in Maharashtra. We really enjoyed it. Thank you. And from the northern part of India, from Punjab, the sheer energy when you hear the music for this dance. The Bhangra, Ori Iren Lakatosh Erzsébet, Laki Helga, Lászlóné Bartos Judith, and choreography by Lászlóné Bartos Judith. Thank you, ladies, for the energetic performance. And now, for Gujarat, Forum Senghani, Ripple Jogani, Palak Panchal, and Vel Patel. Thank you, ladies, for that beautiful performance. And who doesn't know that this is a dance that is performed usually during the Navratri and specifically for the goddess in a circle? Thank you, ladies. One more round of applause for the dancers, please, before I call upon stage the ramp walk participants. Oh, there is one more person I forgot to introduce, actually, who we were waiting to introduce at the end. Shri Abhishek Kichi, our Kathak teacher at the embassy, who is also my guru. Thank you, sir. Now for the ramp walk participants, please. Deepika Sharma, showcasing the Banarasi sari, the golden weave from Varanasi. And Srinidhi Seshan wearing the lehenga choli, which is usually a bright North Indian bridal attire, but it has been immortalized by our Bollywood, so you have to see lehenga choli. Next, Beena Sudin in a paithani from Paithan in Aurangabad, well known for its unique peacock design and bright colors. Beena Sudin. Charlotte de Cruz in the beautiful weave Kerala sari, which is light and elegant and woven in the unique looms in Kerala. Shreya Seshan in Kanchipuram from Tamil Nadu with its bright patterns and bold colors and the golden jari, which is unique to Kanchipuram. Peter Shagi, again, in the traditional veshti and chattai, dhoti and shirt, again from Tamil Nadu. Edith Osco, typical Bengali kanta sari on maroon silk with the beautiful embroidery. Sabi Toth in Babu Moshai attire in Bengali dhoti and kurta. Next, last but not the least, Anita Ray Vaibere wearing the soft, vibrant chanderi from Madhya Pradesh, named after the village it's woven from. Thank you. One more round of applause for them as well, please. All performances require a sutradhar, or many of them. And for today's, we have a few of them who have been working for months to conceptualize and create something of this magnitude, which kept us focused for almost 20 minutes, bringing together people from several different walks of life. If I may call upon, on stage, the brains behind this beauty of a performance. Music, concept and direction, Dr. Chirayu Bhole, tabla, cum performer at ASSA. If I may request the ramp walkers to move one step behind so that, thank you. Music arrangement was also done by Mr. Ajik Pathak and Mr. Gaurav Joshi, who are well-known artists of Vadodara, Gujarat, and known to Dr. Chirayu. Soundtrack editing was done by Mr. Amrendra Kumar. Group coordination and stage presentation, Shri Abhishek Kichi, Kathak teacher, ASSC, and Ms. Sapna Srivastava, an accomplished dancer herself. So the final ensemble that you see, the dance, was done by these people and the entire coordination. And last but not the least, this is Mr. Amrendra Kumar. Thank you. The creative direction of the entire ensemble by the director, ASCC, Ms. Tanuja Shankar. A performance, of course, comes alive with the help of the people who work behind the scenes, without who this couldn't have been possible. A special note of thanks to all the technicians for stage management, sound, Tibor Elekesh and Zika, live stream, Lajos Novak and team, and volunteers, and the entire staff of the embassy. A round of applause to them as well, please. And again, no show is complete without an appreciative audience who also deserve a round of applause for motivating our performers to perform at their best. We would like to thank you all. The online and in-house viewers who have encouraged the performers so well, I can tell you personally that this is one of the best performances, faultless, flawless, that I have seen. So, well done for that, all of you. सभी दर्शकों को एम्बेसी की तरफ से और मेरे तरफ से बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. And now, one final round of applause, please, before the refreshments. And how can any event be over without a group picture? So now, on stage will be a group picture with the performers and the ambassador. If I may call on stage, if I may request Honorable Ambassador to come up on stage. Madam Deepa there. And for the audience, before we finish the live streaming, please watch the contest video by ICCR, New Delhi. Jai Hind, Namaskar, and once again, Happy Independence Day to you all.